It's so far post.
Congested on the edge of their penalty area as Rice
This
starts
game
to break
goes on.
through.
Madueke is steaming through. It's Madueke for England. He has his first.
Cuts across the defender. She's sublime. And the keeper's at your feet.
93,000 fans packed inside one of the most electric arenas on American soil. And the question on every English supporter's mind wasn't if they would win, it was how. 8 years ago, Croatia broke England's heart in Moscow. Tonight, under the blazing Texas lights, Thomas Tuchel's three Lions had come to rewrite that story. What they delivered was not a clean statement. It was something messier, louder, and ultimately far more thrilling than anyone in that stadium had bargained for. 6 goals, 4 leads, 2 equalizers, one match that will be replayed on highlight reels for years. This was England 4, Croatia 2, and this is the full breakdown of how it happened. England were nervous and jittery at the back in that first half, but relentless on the front foot, and Tuchel's fury at his side's defensive frailties was visible from the touchline. Let's start at the very beginning, because this match opened in the kind of chaos that nobody expected from a World Cup opener. Within 12 minutes, England already had a penalty. Noni Madueke went down under the challenge of Luka Modric as the veteran midfielder attempted to hook the ball clear, and the referee pointed straight to the spot. Harry Kane, England's captain, England's record scorer, England's talisman, stepped up, and Livakovic saved it. The AT&T Stadium went quiet, but wait, VAR intervened. The penalty had to be retaken after a combination of encroachment from Josko Gvardiol and Livakovic being off his line, and this time, Kane made absolutely no mistake. England won, Croatia 0. The captain delivered when it counted most. But Croatia, and people need to understand this about Croatia, they do not flinch. Midfielder Martin Baturina equalized after England failed to deal with a dangerous attack, exposing early defensive vulnerabilities in Tuchel's side. Just like that, the lead was gone. England, who had controlled the opening exchanges, suddenly looked shaky. The backline was disorganized. Croatia had exposed the exact weakness Tuchel had spent weeks trying to address, and yet England answered. Kane restored England's advantage before halftime, rising highest from a corner to power a header beyond Livakovic. The goal was particularly significant as it brought the Bayern Munich striker level with Gary Lineker's record of 10 World Cup goals for England. Think about what that means. Gary Lineker, 1986, the Golden Boot, one of the greatest moments in English football history. Kane matched him tonight in a World Cup group stage opener in Texas at the age of 32. The man is a living monument. But then, chaos again. Just before the interval, Musa found the net to make it 2-2, ensuring the sides went into halftime level after a chaotic and action-packed first half. 2-2 at halftime in a World Cup opener. This was only the 8th World Cup match in history to see both sides score twice before halftime, and just the second in the 21st century, after Serbia versus Switzerland in 2022. Historic, chaotic, absolutely riveting, and now Tuchel had 15 minutes to fix what was broken. Whatever he said in that dressing room, it worked, because the second half was a completely different England. After the interval, England were a different beast, intense as they battered the Croatian goal. Just 2 minutes after the restart, Jude Bellingham, the most gifted English midfielder of his generation, took matters into his own hands. Bellingham drove down the right, into the box, and fired into the far corner to restore England's lead. 3-2. England in front for the 3rd time in this match, and this time, you could feel the momentum had shifted permanently. Bellingham's performance across 90 minutes read like this: 1 goal, 3 shots, 3 of 3 tackles won, 5 recoveries, 24 passes completed, and a SofaScore rating of 7.7. That is not a good performance. That is a dominant one. Now Croatia dug in. Goalkeeper Dominik Livakovic's heroics somehow kept Croatia in it. His saves denied Nico O'Reilly, Anthony Gordon, and Ezri Konsa from a corner as England piled on pressure in the 56th minute. England were hammering at the door with everything they had. By the final whistle, England had registered 22 shots in total. 22! That is not a team playing cautiously. That is a team playing with hunger. In the 58th minute, Luka Modric, 199 appearances for Croatia, was substituted off after struggling in midfield against England's high press. The greatest player in Croatian history, hooked before the hour mark. That told you everything about how England had neutralized the threat. And then, the seal. 5 minutes from time, substitutes Bukayo Saka and Marcus Rashford combined brilliantly, with Rashford cutting inside before stroking the ball into the bottom right corner to make it 4-2. England 4, Croatia 2. Final whistle. 3 Lions top Group L. The crowd inside AT&T Stadium did not just cheer, they erupted. Now let's talk numbers, because the statistics from this match tell a story that goes beyond the scoreline. Harry Kane became just the second England player to score at 3 separate World Cup tournaments, 2018, 2022, and now 2026, joining David Beckham, who did it across 1998, 2002, and 2006. He also now holds the record for the most penalties scored by any player in World Cup history, excluding shootouts, with 5. On the Croatia side, Luka Modric became just the second European player to appear at 10 different major tournaments, World Cups and European Championships combined, alongside Cristiano Ronaldo, who has done it 12 times, 2 legends, 2 records, 1 match. And for England, this was their first World Cup win against a side ranked inside FIFA's top 15 since 2002, when they beat Argentina, ending a 9-game winless run and a 6-game losing streak against such sides at the finals. That statistic alone tells you how significant this victory actually is beneath the surface. But here is the honest analysis, and this is where it gets important for England fans to stay grounded. In a reversal of the Gareth Southgate era at Euro 2024, when England's defense was solid and their attack dependent on individual moments. In Texas, they were nervous and jittery at the back, but relentless on the front foot. Croatia scored twice from very limited opportunities. Tuchel knows it. Kane acknowledged it after the game, saying, "Overall, I think we deserve to win. There are still things to improve. This is quite normal after the first match. You need to grow into a tournament. We got a tough draw to start against Croatia." That is a captain speaking clearly, not celebrating blindly. England's defensive shape, their ability to hold possession and control tempo. These things did not show up consistently in Dallas. They will need to against stronger opposition. And yet, the attacking talent on display is genuinely frightening. Kane and Bellingham as the spine of this attack, Madueke causing chaos on the right flank, Rashford coming off the bench and changing the game. One analyst put it bluntly after the final whistle: the Jude Bellingham argument is over. He and Kane in attack are the difference. That feels right. When those two are operating at this level, England can hurt anyone at this tournament. And with Ghana up next, followed by Panama in Group L, England have the fixtures to build momentum and iron out those defensive issues before the knockout rounds begin. England dominated Croatia 4-2 at the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Harry Kane scored twice and entered the history books. Jude Bellingham answered every critic. Marcus Rashford sealed it from the bench, and Thomas Tuchel's 3 Lions sit at the top of Group L. Imperfect, dangerous, and very much alive in this tournament. This was not the polished statement they might have wanted. But sometimes, the messy wins tell you more about a team than the clean ones. England found a way in Texas, on the biggest stage in football, and they are just getting started.